Welcome to Those Are the Girls with Mallory and Friends, the podcast where we explore life, career, relationships, and pop culture through a Christian conservative perspective. Each episode, we dive into deep topics that matter most to us women, from navigating your career with grace and confidence to watering meaningful relationships grounded in faith. We're here to empower you to embrace your femininity and stand firm in your beliefs. We'll also tackle the latest in pop culture, discussing how they align or clash with our values. Let's uncover the truth and encourage each other to live boldly and authentically. So whether you're at home or on your commute, get ready for some fabulous conversations. Grab your teacup, pour yourself some tea. Come on, girlies, we're changing culture. Hello, everyone. You are listening to Those Other Girls with Mallory and Friends. I'm Mallory.
I'm Dannelle. I'm a guest on this.
No, you're good. You're good. It's so funny. Sometimes I'll like point for like 10 seconds and oh, wait, and I'm so and so. So it's okay. You're like right on par with how it normally goes. So welcome to the show.
So excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm super glad to have you on. So this is a new guest we have today doing the Teacap. This is Dannelle. She's one of my friends, but technically she's my brother's best friend from college. And
One of
just a little,
years now.
yeah. Wow, it has been that long.
Isn't that insane?
That's so crazy.
I know.
Yeah. And it's so funny because sometimes I'll be saying something to James, and he'll be like, yeah, Dannelle said the same thing. Or so one thing, and I don't know if anybody else listening watched the show. It was called Inside Job. And he always teases me that we're the only two people that watched it. And I will say, the Reddit page, there were more of us. There are more of us. I don't know if you're on Reddit, but there are more of us. But he always says we're the only two people that watched it.
That's so funny. It is such an underrated show. It is so good. If you've not seen it, Inside Out. Not that we're getting paid by them or anything, but
Yeah.
100% to go see it. It's just one of the best shows, most creative shows I think I've ever seen. It's good.
Yeah, it had technically one, but it had two really good seasons. I honestly like don't know, other than like, okay, maybe they didn't do a good advertisement. I don't even know how I noticed it. I guess
Sorry.
Yeah.
We talk about this at work all the time. There are so many good shows that it's hard to watch all of them, and it's so frustrating. Like, I think of Severance, I think of Ozarks, I think of, oh my gosh, something Stranger Things, something new.
Yeah.
But it's impossible to watch. Like, we're in an era where there's so many good shows now versus like even 10, 15 years ago, people were like, oh, we're all hopping on and watching, the The Office when it was on at 8
Yeah.
p.m.
Pretty
So
Little
we were
Liars.
Pretty Little Liars. We had to adjust to the studios because that's when they put out the show. Versus now, you can go on Netflix, Prime, Paramount, and you can watch amazing art, and it's almost hard to watch all of it.
Yes, and to that I want to say it's very interesting because it'll be a show that like is really really good, but it doesn't do like gangbusters numbers like right at the beginning, and then the networks will cancel it, and it's like, no, if you let us learn more about the character, also this 8 episode a season thing, if you flesh out the characters, if you get us to be more committed, we will watch it. And a lot of it is just like word of mouth. Now, I will admit once again, I can't get people to watch Inside Job, but there are other shows by word of mouth. I mean, Stranger Things. Stranger Things was definitely a word of mouth show.
Yes. Yes, it was. Another show recently that comes to mind. Did you watch His and Hers yet on Netflix?
Okay, so everyone has told me I should watch it. I did on Libby request the book. I want to read the book first because I like that author. She also wrote this other book called Good Bad Girls, and it was really good. It's a thriller as well. It's called Good Bad Girls. It was twisty, turny. It was whatever you think it is, it's not. It was so good though. But I need to see His and Hers. Yeah, that's another good example. Everybody's talking about it. Everyone's
talking about that, and I only heard about it from work. Like, the guy at work was like, you've got to watch this. So I think it's truly like, if a show is gripping enough, I think people will watch it when it first comes out. But I mean, it's hard to drum up because where are you going to advertise? People don't watch TV anymore. I guess you could advertise on social media,
Yeah.
but everybody's social media world is so curated. Like I don't see the same ads that you would see or that my brother
Right.
would see, you know?
Right. And
So
last thing on this, I just thought of this other thing too. The problem that Inside Job, and did you ever watch Disenchantment with
I did not see
Tia
that.
Beanie?
I
Okay,
did not.
Disenchantment's really good too.
I'm going to add to the
So
list.
the
I
problem
just
that those two shows suffer from are cartoons. It's the same problem that K-pop Demon Hunter suffers for adults. Now, the kids love it, but I try to tell all
one
my
of the
friends,
best
you will
movies that's
like it,
been
just give
put
it a chance.
out.
They're like, I'm not gonna watch a cartoon. I'm like, no, I promise you,
Okay.
it's what we all love.
We're going copyright claim, but yeah, it's so good. And yes, the amount of adults who are like, that's a cartoon, it's probably for kids. I'm like, Inside Out is not for kids. It would go
No,
way over
no,
their
no,
heads.
no, no.
It is not for kids. And K-pop Demon Hunters, it reminds me of Disney. You know how like old school Disney movies, like they were for kids, but they'd slip stuff in for the parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even the parents found entertaining. That's what I felt about K-pop Demon Hunters. It's one of the best movies that's been put out.
it really, really good values throughout the entire movie. Great message. Oh, such a good movie.
They
But
won a
yeah,
Grammy
so we
too.
have similar. Yes. And we have similar interests in that. So James was like, oh, you should have one. So she's on. Is there anything else you want to tell the audience about you? Like anything? I don't know.
I like you were saying, I've been friends with James for a while now, and kind of going off of the shows we've been watching every week. And this started during a pandemic. Every week, me and him and like 5 other people that we went to college with, we still do Zoom movie
Yeah.
nights. So we'll all like hop
Yeah.
on a Zoom and we'll try to watch something. It's either, something new or sometimes it's something old. But so yeah, I try to keep up with all the new watches. I live right outside Knoxville, Tennessee. So shout out. I don't know if you guys know that. And I have 3 nephews and they keep me very busy. So that's pretty much all that I've got going on over here.
Cute. I didn't know you had nephews. Adorable.
Oh my
So
goodness.
how many siblings? You have a brother, right?
I have an older brother and a younger
Okay.
sister. I like to joke that like he's the favorite of us as far as because a mom and their boy.
Yeah,
And
trust
since she
me, I
had 2
know.
daughters, yeah, girl, you and me could talk for days on that, I'm sure.
Yeah. We probably could. But okay, and then also I just want to say it's super like sweet that you guys still do the Thursday nights thing. I think that's so, and it's a testament to, and here he is. That's a testament to you guys' friendship.
It's crazy. Crazy. 6 years now. Oh, 6 years now, James. Isn't that
6
insane?
years. I just couldn't believe
Did
it.
you know? I know.
I never come to interrupt. I just had to see this. What a
Okay.
crossover. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Won't happen again.
okay, but
My goodness. Lock him out.
okay, bye. All right, okay, so we have a lot of stories to
Yes.
discuss today. We're going to be talking about Grammys, the Druski skit, which I'm going to be honest, I don't know if any of you guys listening know who Druski is. That's okay. We'll fill you in. We're going to break down Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. And what's funny is like I haven't meaning to talk about this on the podcast, but it's just so much. So Dannelle she did her research, so we're gonna be able to discuss it. And then last, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl, from a girly perspective, because I don't think either one of us really care that much, but we'll be talking about those things. But before we do that, everyone, I want to remind you that my store, The Pink Rose, have jewelry, and there is a 10% discount if you go to shopthepinkrose.com and use othergirls10 to check out. Buy some jewelry. That will help me a lot, everyone. Moving forward. All right, let's talk Grammys. What? I'm going to roughly use the outline, but my first question for you is what was your favorite, actually, who's your favorite artist in general? Like, who was your number one on Spotify?
Girl, I have made a vow to God this year, which I did watch the Grammys and I do know some of the people that are getting awards, but I've been on my like Christian girl music kick. So like I can tell you my top artists on Spotify. It was like Jackie Hill Perry, like Triply, Lecrae, and oh my goodness, one more. I guess Holvey, just because he puts out so much, so he pops up a lot. Forrest Frank, that's who I'm thinking of. I mix those two up all the time, white guys and rap music. I get them confused. But my top is Jackie Hill Perry. I love her. I love her beat. But who I did know at the Grammys, and she won Best New Artist. I don't know if we're hopping into who won already, but
Yeah, we can do that.
Dean. Olivia Dean. She is such like a fresh voice, but like she sounds like she's from like another era. You're familiar with girl? I'm like, she
her.
can sing the house down. And she like if you put her on, your grandmother would want to listen to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and she's so cute.
And she's adorable. She's so cute. She's like, she's got the whole package. Like, I hope she's not an industry. I'm just kidding. Genuinely, she's so insanely talented. And
yeah,
I've seen like, I saw this podcast not too long ago of this guy playing an Olivia Dean song to like his grandfather, and he goes, "When is this from? This girl is," and he's like, "She came out this year." He goes, "She's amazing."
Yeah, no, I really, really like her. Really quick to what you were saying, you're doing really, really good with the Christian music. My number one, and I don't necessarily support, like, the person I'm going to say, for the record, everyone, I think, first of all, she would hate me, okay? Like, she is super obnoxious, but I cannot, like, her voice is beautiful. My number one was Billie Eilish. I love listening to her voice. I mean, it's just so, and like, I'm in my like sad girl music era. So, I mean, she's the queen of it. Like, no one does it like Billie. Sorry. No one does it like Billie. So, and she did win. Yeah. And she won Record of the Year, I think. Was it Record of the Year? Yeah.
I think she did for Wildflower. See, I know a couple secular songs. The thing I like about Billie is like with her success, she's her and her brother have been right there. You know what I mean? She's not like left him. She's kept him the whole time. Like she could have left him for a ton of other producers. Like I'm sure a lot of other ones would love to work with her, but she's like, nope, this is a family thing over here. So I know she can be a little divisive. I do respect that. I know she can be a little divisive, but you got to respect someone who is at the top of the charts and she's bringing her brother with her, you know? Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
And the other aspect, too, like, another thing that I respect about her is if you look at who creates the albums, it's literally just her and her brother. Like, you see all the other artists we love, it's like 15,000 people, like, and it's just Billie and what's his name? Not Forrest.
It's not Maddox, is it? Oh my goodness, this is
No,
horrible.
it's one of those names. A name like that, though.
It's one of those names. My goodness. Yeah, Phineas. Oh my goodness, because I was in verb. Yeah.
Yes. So Billie and wow, what interesting names their parents gave them.
Very, very. I know. Billie and Phineas. And they're just in their room making beats, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it's really good. But so back to Olivia Dean, I also really liked the outfits she picked. And we can just talk about fashion really quick for 2 seconds. I impressed, chef's kiss, everything very cute, classy.
Very classy.
You know, not everybody did that.
Not everybody did that. Not everybody did that. I don't know how divisive we get on this show. There was one person in particular that I was just like, she makes one wrong step, and that is a level of pain that I don't know I could survive. I think you know who I'm
literally my first thought. I was like, that is going to be so painful. And then my other thing is like, for what? Like, it didn't even look good.
If you'll notice,
what's the purpose of this?
Once she finally got in, she had a different outfit on. You know, and maybe that's the thing for the Grammys, right? Like they do like a red carpet outfit, and then when they get in, then when they actually get in, they have another outfit. Who was the girl which I was like, oh, that's a choice too. She won the but I'm too messy, and then I'm just like,
oh, Lola, yes.
She looked like she had a tracksuit on up there. I was like, go girl. That's got to be comfortable.
Another one, I have yet to see her slay. I love that song. But I don't know who her advisor is on her outfit.
Oh, honey. No. You know what's crazy?
That's flattering.
I was gonna say that sweatsuit was probably like $2,500 or something, and it's just like, that's kind of
Yikes.
how fashion works. But yeah, I feel like the Grammys, you gotta elevate it a little bit. You gotta elevate it a little.
Yeah. And like I said, I really like that song. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe she's trying to be like, and maybe she's trying to be that type of person, but like, no, girly, like, I would stray away from that. Like, I think, I don't know. I'm never going to be a fan of like tracksuits, casual in events like this. Like, I think I think
Absolutely
girls
not,
should wear dresses unless you can do a suit. Like Zendaya did a really good suit once.
girl.
I want to say, I'm blanking. Someone else. There's been 2 women who I've seen wear suits
Who knocked
to
it out
like
of the park?
award ceremonies.
Zendaya's
Women
frame,
in
I was gonna
suits.
say Zendaya's frame, like she can pull off it. Like and she loves fashion. I didn't know that about her. I just knew her as an actress, but she loves fashion, so she's always like down to make those like fashion risks, which I really appreciate. One thing about Zendaya, sorry.
No, you go, you go, you go.
Yeah, one thing about Zendaya, she's really, really good at like nodding to the past. I know there was a
Yes.
Cher dress, I think, that was just like, I mean, I'm talking cut all the way out, but it's the way that she did it. A lot of time, like newer celebrities, when they try to nod at like older pieces, it just doesn't come out right. But she wore a dress inspired by Cher one time that I was like, Zendaya's in another level. She and Law
Yeah.
Roach, they know what's going on over there.
Yeah. Honestly, unless you're Zendaya, I'm not finding who the other person was. Like, I'm looking at these, and no offense to these people. Like, I'm sorry. Right now, Zendaya is the only one. And like, you wear to your frame.
She's in a league of her own. She could
She
literally wear
really
anything.
is. She
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of were there any other standout outfits that you like?
I'll tell you right now, Sabrina Carpenter looked the same as she always looks, and that's fine because that is what works for her. But she just, I mean, pin up like 60s ball dress, which it looked beautiful on her. But I just feel like she could take more chances than she does as far as fashion goes. But I think it's very much her brand, and she's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I get that.
Sorry.
Okay.
Agreed about I'm looking at her dress now. Agreed. I like it, but you're right. I think she could have done a little
She's
bit
done that a
more.
million times, it feels like already. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how long like the pinup thing is going to last. Like that is her brand.
Her
It
brand.
is so specific though. Whereas like if she had
Extremely.
just done like a generic girly pop, there's different ways you could go with that. But like pinup is so specific. I wonder how
Yes.
long she's gonna do that. Is she gonna pivot and do something completely different? Is she gonna keep being a pinup till she's like 50? I'm curious.
She reminds me of like Ice Spice and the orange hair. Do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
orange, like little the second that she changed her hair, she wasn't as, and this is like hair theory, like a lot of people think this is like a thing, like the reason that people stand out, like Chappelle Roan, beautiful voice, she stands out because of her hair. Sabrina
Yes.
Carpenter, beautiful voice, she stands out because she looks like a pinup girl. And it's kind of like the Hollywood, like plug in and make a star, you know.
Yeah.
Rihanna, she did the shaved head and she was all people could talk about. Like it's genuinely, if you can stand out enough, I guess people feel like Sabrina's like, well, this is working, the pinup thing is working. Would
Yeah.
I, if I changed, would people still be interested? And I think she's talented enough that I think people would still listen to her music. But that, to say
Agreed.
that like, pinup thing has not gotten her far would be lying, because it for sure has.
Right. No, I think it's cool. She's cute. The latest album wasn't my favorite. It was a little much for my
I think
30-year-old.
2 songs on the latest album.
Say that again?
I think I've heard like 2 songs on her latest album.
Yeah. There's 2 that are good. The other like rest they're a little spicy. So
Oh,
not for
okay.
me, but other people like it.
Oh my goodness.
Not for
When
me.
my
But
nephew's in my car Right. When my nephew's in my car, we're listening to Five Little Monkeys jumping on the bed. So it's not that I can really, I can't even listen to them.
Yeah,
like,
no,
that's
that's probably for the
really
best. Probably for the best.
right.
Let me see here. The boys, I will say this about men. I
Uh-huh.
wish they would try a little harder, but I'm looking here. None of the guys' outfits are really standing out to me.
Did
Wish they put
Chalamet
forth
do
effort.
anything fun? Sometimes he'll do something fun.
Yeah.
Chalamet Grammys. I could have done all this before.
Justin,
Just
who I am
typical.
a stan of.
Yeah.
His outfit during his performance was interesting.
Okay.
Would not have
Yeah.
gone that direction personally, but okay.
But hey, he stood out. He stood out. I
Yeah,
feel like
and he
award shows are so much easier for guys. You get a really nice tux, and nobody's gonna say anything. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like
100%.
it could all be so simple.
It's almost kind of like a girly thing, because what we're really caring about are the outfits. Oh, I'm just looking at Olivia's outfit again. The one she wore accepting the award. Oh, it looks so cute.
So cute, so classy.
Yes.
I'd be surprised if that doesn't show up in, I don't know, a ton of prom dress pics coming up soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's a moment. I feel like it's a trend.
Yeah, and so far, as far as I know, unless she's done anything crazy, I feel like she's a decent role model. I haven't heard anything crazy about her yet.
Anything crazy about her either. And I am very much like, this is kind of crazy. Like I'm happy when celebrities share their personal lives if that's what they want to do. But I love an artist that I know nothing about them. I know nothing about, you know what I
Me
mean?
too.
And I can just
Me
enjoy
too.
their art, whether that be actor, like singer, or like even like a pro athlete, like Steph Curry. I really know nothing about his family, and it's, I just kind of like, I feel like you can just dive into the art a little bit better that way.
Me too. I love it. I love it. This is gonna sound terrible. I love it when a celebrity just shut ups and dribbles. Like, you don't have to tell me anything about you. Just please shut up and dribble. Do what we've asked you to do. I don't want to hear your opinion on politics. I don't want to learn too much about your marriage. Oh my god, that's the worst when people start oversharing about their marriage.
It gets me.
I don't want to hear it.
It gets me. And then you have like people who sign up for reality shows. I don't think I'll understand. You know what I mean? Because like every aspect of your life is on camera. And I'm like, that sounds like a nightmare to me. That sounds like what nightmares are made of.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. There is a price that I would do it, but it's a high price. It's a high price.
Well, I think the fans need to know. When we
Okay,
I
think I would, if someone told me, okay, if I would say 5 million for one season. If I can make $5 million in one season, then I think I would do it. Less than that, not walking.
That'd pay off a lot of my student loans and my parents' house. I think I'd have to do it too. I might even do it for 3.
Yeah. No, honestly, and as I'm saying 5, like, you might be able to get me down to 3. Like, that's a lot of money.
Because there's levels to reality show. There was like Steve Irwin where he was just in the woods, and then there's like, come to my Botox appointment with me. It's like, okay, there's levels to what I would be willing to show.
Right. Like, I mean, if this was a real thing, I would. Yeah, I would. If you offered me $3 to $5 million, I certainly would figure out how to do this.
Where do I sign? So, where do I sign?
Anyone listening, if you have that capability, I can be bought. Just let me know. I know what another thing I wanted to bring up was Cat's Eye. Do you know anything about Cat's Eye?
No, but I saw just like a snippet of their performance, and I mean, it looked intense. They're a K-pop situation, right?
So so this is what I know about Cat's Eye.
I'm so old. They're a K-pop situation.
No. Nobody knows about Cat's Eye. Oh, I mean, no, that's not true. People do, but like nobody our age knows about Cat's Eye. Okay. So Cat's Eye is like, they were a group that had a documentary on Netflix, and then they're like they're like Fifth Harmony, right? but there's like 15 of them. I don't. The
Woo,
band is too big. Yeah, I'm exaggerating. I think there's like 7, but they're like
Still too
Fifth
many.
Harmony. It's too many. But I will say this: I really like to watch them dance. They did that Gap commercial, the milkshake, where they do it like this. Like, I
Oh
love.
yeah. I did see that one. I did see that one.
Really good commercial. I really like them.
Uh-huh.
And their song "Gnarly" has grown on me. It is. I'll admit that. But
Sometimes
it
it's
has
fun.
grown on me.
Love it.
Yeah. And then, but the performance, it felt very low energy for them. Cause like, sometimes I'll watch them on TikTok. Like, literally, if they ever come up, I love to watch them because they're just so good at it. And they're really hot and they're like, just like, they're good. So I'm like, okay, I like to watch them dance. And it felt like really low energy. I don't know what happened. They had to change some of the lyrics because, on the Gnarly song, they originally say Tesla, and they changed it to robotics, I guess, because everybody hates Elon right now, and which makes it just seem lamer, like robotics. Well, I mean, the whole song is kind of the beginning of the song. Anyway, it was just they seemed very low energy, which I was kind of surprised. But I'd really like to see them dance.
I was gonna say, I did hear it might have been a sound thing. Like they might not have heard how loud they were or how they might not have heard the music enough because I know there was one performer who his whole mic just went out and there was like 10 or
the
15
Ordinary
seconds.
guy.
Yes. There were like 10 or 15 seconds that he didn't know what he was singing and at what pitch. And people were like, so there might have been technical difficulties and they might have just had an off night. You know, I need to look more into their stuff.
Yeah. Their dancing is good. The songs, they're new. Maybe they'll grow into them. But their dancing is good. Like, those girls can dance. They can dance.
Fine. Okay, fine.
Is there anything else you want to mention from the Grammys?
From the Grammys, I think we said kind of it all. Obviously, Bad Bunny winning the album of the year. And then he's going to do the Super Bowl this year. I thought it was crazy that Kendrick Lamar last year won album of the year and then he also did the Super Bowl. And it's like
interesting.
You know what I mean? Which I there might be a coincidence, there might not be, but I was just like kind of crazy that it's happened twice, kind of crazy.
All right, everybody, let's look out next year. Whoever does the Super Bowl, let's see if they'll win album of the year.
Right.
Interesting.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, bookmark this episode. Okay, so now we are going to move on to our next story, which I'm really excited to talk about because we can talk about this from like a funny perspective as well as get, a little bit more like, all right, church, how do we do this type of thing?
How do we feel?
This is the Druski skit. Now, I will link it on how we do our links. I will play a portion of it for everybody. And then I'll talk a little about who Druski is, and then we'll discuss the skit. So, actually, let me tell you who Druski is, and then I'll play, and then we'll discuss it. So, Druski is like a commentator that commentates on society, I guess. I don't know how else to describe him, but he
he's
does
like
skits.
A comedian.
Yeah, he's like a social media comedian.
Yeah, because I don't know that he does stand up. I'm sure he does, but he's really, really good on social media.
Yeah. He has a bunch of random shows and stuff. I want to say, like, just, I'm not saying that it's something you watch with your children, but he is funny, okay? I do want to just, like, make this, if you do look him up, he is funny because he gets parts of culture, of all cultures, really. I mean, he does not care what culture. Yeah. He crosses,
Comes for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, he comes for everybody. So just, once again, not necessarily for your children, but it'll make you chuckle. All right, I'm going to play a clip. I'll just play like a couple seconds of it.
Told us earlier this month that she could. Again. I'm a Christian and I walk in the blood.
Okay, so it's really funny. I will link it so you can see it in its full like glory. There's a part where he's like hanging from the ceiling. He's literally wearing the Louboutins. Like it is hilarious. He says more things, and it's really a commentary on some of the mega churches, some of how church has been kind of commodified, how church has kind of turned into unfortunately a joke, and how some of these pastors are really just abuse maybe is not the right word. Well, I guess abusing their authority with
Absolutely.
their congregation. And it went viral a couple weeks ago. And, also you guys probably also know Michael Todd, and I know that we all have our own opinions on certain pastors, but you guys know him. He is the one that spit on his hand and touched his brother's face. He's done a lot of outrageous stuff. Well,
Yeah.
the outfit he's wearing is the same outfit Michael Todd wore in another sermon. And I just have to share this other thing too about this. So Michael Todd, I forgot, I should have looked this up before. I sent it to James. Let me see if I can find it on text messages. So Michael Todd responded. So at first, when everything happened, I was like, do you think Michael Todd's going to respond? And James was like, no, he's a pastor. He's busy. He's not going to respond. I said, no, this man's social media king. He's going to be on here, which also reminds me, anyway. So he's going to be on here. Okay.
Him probably loves this. A part of Mike Todd probably loves this.
I'm sure. I have no doubt. So, okay. I'll try to remember to link this too. So he addressed the skit, and he said it was an attack, and he referred to it as weapons of mass distraction. And I just think that's so funny. Weapons of mass distraction.
Oh, if anything, he's funny.
This
Maybe he has a
gentleman
career in
is
comedy.
something else. I really don't know how. He's just something else. Anyway, so what were your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the video? Like, what do you think about the commentary? What do you think?
My thoughts on the video is that it's probably one of the funniest skits that Druski has ever put out. And what
100%.
makes things funny is because a part of it is truth. Like a part of it resonates with people. Everyone can name a mega pastor that they think Druski was talking about. And the fact that Mike Todd was like, hey, it's kind of the whole hit dogs holler. Like if you felt like it, because he didn't address, Druski didn't say,
he didn't say anybody.
He didn't say no.
He didn't say anybody.
You're the one who said it was about you. And as Christians, like, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. It's funny. I see where he's coming from. I don't think he's making fun of church. I think he's making fun of the mega church. Like at one point in the skit, it's like, lock the doors until we get to the 4 million mark that we need tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a very real percentage of churches, mega churches, that operate in that way. The best thing about the gospel is it's the best news in the world. We have no hope apart from Jesus. When you have, fear of a better term, when you have a product that is that good, like the good news, salvation, we finally have a savior, people are going to try to take that and profit from it because they see that people are wanting something and they need something to fill that God-sized hole. And they will try to profit from it, which is why we get mega pastors, which is why they exist at all. So to me, the skit's funny. I think we as Christians, we got to step back and think like, this is how, if this is how they see the whole church, that's a problem. If this is how they see the mega church that we all kind of make fun of, then okay, we can, we can work with that. But if people go on Druski's skit and they're like, well, if that's what church is like, then I don't need to go at all. And that's not Druski's problem. We need to be better as a Christian community in who we decide to follow. If Jesus leads you to Mike Todd, then he led you to Mike Todd. Or if Jesus leads you to Joel Osteen, then he led you to Joel Osteen. But this is where we really got to know, as Christians, we got to know our word. And we have to know it like the back of our hand. So we can see people who come in and build an audience to wear Christian Louboutins on stage. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we really gotta be so careful with stuff like that. Well, how did you
Yeah.
feel, Mal?
Okay, so I have lots of thoughts.
Right.
I think you made everything you said I agree with. I will push back on the if Jesus leads you to Joel Osteen and Michael Todd. Now, I don't know everybody. I don't know, but I do
I was gonna
think,
say,
yeah. No. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like that's just like it's all in
no.
God's hands. Okay. But
On the
yeah. So
table, I wouldn't follow a Joel Osteen or a Mike Todd,
yeah.
but I'm trying to, again, we got to know our word, because I'm just saying that because if you are someone who follows Mike Todd, I don't want to offend in that way, but I would suggest getting under a local church, a local pastor. You don't know what this man is doing behind closed doors. Joel Osteen, Mike Todd, any of the guys who wear $4,000 sweaters on stage. I'd just be
Yes.
very,
Yeah.
we got to
Wolves
be
in Louis
very
Vuitton.
careful.
Yeah, no. Yeah, agreed. Yes.
Yeah. No,
You
you
articulated what I was trying to say better
great
than what I
pushback.
was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did great on that. So I also want to agree with what you said about how if this is how the world sees church. I did see a TikTok a couple days ago where someone said that they sent the video to their cousin and was like laughing at it, and their cousin
Yeah.
who's not a believer was like, "Yeah, this is funny, but this is how I see all churches." And I think that that is something that we have got to work on. I
Yeah.
think that is something like if this is how we're viewing churches, and I don't know if people know this, but the average church only has 50 members, and 90, not maybe not 90, but like the majority of pastors are bivocational, which means they actually have to have a job to
Yes.
be a pastor. So, it's most churches are not mega churches, but those are the ones that go viral. Those are the ones that get the most time. Those are the ones that, the non-believers end up seeing or whatnot. So I do think we
Mhm.
have to work on making sure what you said. And also, you were right about the people are going to profit off of the gospel. It is the good news. It is something. Also, I think that there were probably people who started off in this and they had good intentions, but I truly
100%.
don't think that as humans we are supposed to be as big and as popular as celebrities. Because like we'll just use Michael Todd because we keep talking about him. Michael
I
Todd, for
know.
example, like he's a celebrity pastor. I do not think as humans we are supposed to be that big. Like it is,
Agreed.
there is a flaw in him for sure, but like there is a part of being a Christian or a part of being a human where you like that stuff and you want all of that attention, and you can't help but turn into what has happened to him and all of his
Right.
his
Right.
stuff. Because like I remember years ago when that relationship series came out, I'm sure every millennial has watched the Michael Todd video, the relationship thing, like everybody has. And I just feel like he wasn't like that. Or maybe he was and we just all liked what he said about relationships. I don't know. But my point is I do think that like we are just the way we have celebritized or
Yeah.
whatever the word is. Some of these pastors is just not healthy. It's really not. And
And like you
yeah.
said,
So
Mallory, I don't think that's God, and I don't think that was God's intention. I don't think we were ever supposed to be. I saw a post not too long on social media where we were designed with these things in our pockets. We have the whole world, but we were designed to operate in a village of like max 150 people. I think they've done studies where if you get a group of people, and it doesn't really matter like what race they are or what ethnic background they come from, if you get a group of people and you exceed, and they can work together very well, very cohesively up until past like 150, and then you have the like hoarding of supplies, and trying to like one up each other. Like we were meant to, and I think God would attest to that, like we were meant to work in community and live in community and be influenced by our community. Now we can get on our phone and see the richest people in the world and be like, man, why am I not that? Versus like it used to be, we all kind of live in the same village, and yeah, you might compare yourself to Katrina who has 3 dresses instead of 2 dresses, but it wasn't like they got 4 mansions and I got my one
right.
house. You know what I mean? Like it was different. There was still competition, but it was different.
Yeah. No,
I don't
you're
think we
right.
were ever meant to get to he's got 75,000 people coming to his church, because to me, are you the only one who can deliver a message to 75,000 people? You know, that's kind of where I'm like, a lady I work with, she said there was a mega church near her in South Georgia, and they opened another campus in California. This man would preach like Saturday night at the one in South Georgia and then fly every week. That's where I'm like,
no. That's also greedy. I'm sorry, that's greedy. Like, that's the greed of the Bible. That's crazy.
Textbook greed of the Bible. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. We gotta watch it. We gotta watch it.
And I understand like church is growing and like wanting to expand, but for example, like, not saying that my church is perfect, but the church I go to is fairly large comparatively. One thing that I really like about what they do, so I go to a Presbyterian church. We have like small community, and then we have our pastor and then like the lead pastor, and they're planting another church, but our pastor is not going to pastor that church. This other church is in an unchurched area, and they just need some help. Some of the members are going to help start. Like, I think that is more of what we need to be doing, as opposed to like your pastor picking up or like zooming in, like doing a screen. No shade to the people who have to do that, but I just think that's better if like a completely different pastor, and they can still be friends, they can still run things by each other, church community, whatnot. But like, I really think that it should be, especially because you should be able to have access to your pastor. It's the people,
100%.
the churches that like, you want to say something to your pastor and the security is there. Like I said, my church is fairly large, but at the end of every service, he does stand there and shake everybody's hand who wants to talk to him. And I think that is really how church is supposed to be. And we've just strayed so far from that. At least like even our representation of church has just strayed so far from that. And I think that he really, hopefully this was a wake-up call to pastors all across the country. And we can laugh because like you said, there's a little bit of truth in it, and some of it is satirical. I mean, ideally there's nobody talking about they're a Christian walking in the blood, which is hilarious, ideally. But we have seen that video of the pastor that comes down with the harness, so there is some truth in it.
It's some truth in it.
Yeah, I don't know what
wake-up call.
Yeah, I really hope this is a wake-up call. But yeah, so all right. Should we talk about Blake Lively's gonna take a long time.
It's gonna take a long time.
Push that off to another episode.
We can do that. If you'll have me back.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
and
wonderful.
then do you want to just talk a little bit about the Super Bowl, and then we'll talk about Blake Lively? Okay. So the Super Bowl this year is between, did I write it down? I didn't. Okay. It is between, I know, the Patriots and the Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
Yes. So
oh my goodness.
I'll say I'm going for the Patriots 100%. Okay, so last year it was Taylor Swift's boyfriend versus her boyfriend's brother.
Yeah, there's like team.
Yeah, they were opposite teams, which is so cute. I remember it happened the year before because I remember watching the news, and the mom had a jersey with like, it was half Chiefs and half Philadelphia, and I thought that was so cute. I love the mom. She's just so cute.
I love their mom. I love when moms are like involved in that way.
Yeah, like that's the part of the Super Bowl I like, seeing that, or like seeing the girlfriends or wives dressed up, like that's fun. Yep. So I feel like nobody really cares about the Super Bowl, and the only reason why I kind of care is because a guy I went to high school with is on the Patriots, so I'm gonna root for them. His name is Garrett Bradbury. I had to remember for a second. His name is Garrett Bradbury. He plays, I think he tackles. I don't know. Anyway, you'll see him. And his wife was in classes with me. I didn't realize that. So Garrett was in James's grade, and then his wife Carson was in my grade, which is like, oh,
family affair. That's so
yeah. So I'm going for the Patriots. And then I know this, the quarterback of the Patriots is from Charlotte too, but he didn't go to my high school. But he's from Charlotte as well. So
from Charlotte. Okay.
go Pats.
Go Pats, I guess. As someone who, because I didn't have an NFL team until I moved to Atlanta for school, and then the Falcons energy is just so much fun that I was like, I'm gonna be a Falcons fan. You guys are so cool. It's fun to say dirty birds. So it's hard for me to root for the Patriots at incapacity because we blew the biggest lead, I think, in Super Bowl history to the Patriots and Tom Brady that year. I think it was like, oh my goodness, like we were up like 3 to like 27 or 29 or something. And then what did they do in the second half? They came back and they won. And
That's
it was like
crazy.
Yes, girl. I lived in Atlanta for 5 years, and I'm talking every weekend. It was like it was up. This weekend, I think everybody went to bed at like as soon as the game was over. You could hear a pin drop outside. Nobody was.
Is that the game where people said that he deflated the football?
I think it was the same year. I don't think it was I don't think it was that game. But it might have been.
Wow.
I know. So I still root for the Falcons, but the Falcons aren't in it. You know? I like the Seahawks when oh my gosh, this is such a girl talk. I like the Seahawks when
Yes. That they're like fun. And they're so cute. They're so cute.
Such a sweet family. He loves Jesus. She loves Jesus. Like it's apparent. Like it's
I know. I'm happy for her though. I ain't mad at her. I know
I ain't mad at her either. See, Atlanta's princess Sierra, so
yeah. Okay, let us know who you guys are going for.
Because your friend, I hope he wins, but I got no dog in this hunt.
Yeah. And let's say friend loosely. He's someone I went to school with. Yeah. I don't want acquaintance. Yeah. Yes. Let's not start those rumors. We weren't we weren't enemies either. Let's just say acquaintance. Now no beef. Yeah. Okay, anyway, let me move out of that because I'm gonna start digging myself in a hole. And I have nothing against them. It's just really cool that we went to school together. So I guess that's the show. Anything you want to add? If people want to follow you on Instagram, do you want that or no?
Sure. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Dannelle Lachey AE because my dad was like, it's French. I'm like, okay, I don't know that. We're literally German and English roots. But yeah, so Dannelle Lachey. You can find on it though.
Good.
Jesus delivered me from that because I was on Twitter more than I was at work, it felt like.
I was gonna say you're probably happier and healthier for it. This was so good. You're a natural. This was really good. I'm super glad, and you definitely want to come on again because I really want to talk about Justin and Blake. We'll set up for next episode. Yes, yay, good. Because what we were talking about earlier, I want to pay attention. It's just so much. Every week something else happens, and then I still don't understand why is it in court? What is the crime? So we'll get into that next Teacap. But yeah, if you guys like this episode, make sure you rate, review, subscribe. Let us know what Super Bowl you're going. I mean, not what Super Bowl. What team you're going for at the Super Bowl. Let us know the Grammy look you liked. What do you think about Druski's skit? What do you think churches should be doing? If you have any hot takes about what churches can do to make sure they stay gospel focused, because I think that's the real thing. You have to stay gospel focused. I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else. So make sure you have a good day, night, evening, however, wherever you're listening. Bye.